Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. We're going to be reading the next 4 pages in letter 9. And basically, letter 9 is just wrapping up and sort of tying the loose ends of all the previous letters that we have read. Christ talks a lot about how to truly find that peace and joy in life that we are seeking. And he also talks a little bit about racism. And then he has a beautiful message of encouragement and love for all who are pulled to these letters, whether you're listening or reading, whatever the case may be. So let's go ahead and continue on. You have also begun to remove your own defenses, and because of this, you will find that at last you are achieving true self-esteem and peace of mind. This new understanding of the feelings of others will inspire in you a great respect for them. You will always want to deal with them justly, giving them their dues, never wanting to take advantage of their good nature, never wanting to put them down, reduce their self-esteem, always ready to encourage and pick them up when they're in pain, physical or emotional. You will find yourself doing these things for yourself also. You will become your own counselor, support, healer. You will see each person, no matter what their status, as of an equal basic reality as your own. And you will see that you are equal of everyone else, be he king, pope, or president. For underneath the externals, you have both come out of the great unity of being. Therefore, you will no longer feel inadequate in any situation because you have moved forward in the strength and wisdom drawn from divine consciousness and recognize that you too have equal rights with everyone else. Quietly, calmly, you will not allow others to take advantage of you. You will be able to speak your mind clearly and honestly with due regard for their feelings of the other person. You will no longer want to denigrate another and reduce their self-esteem. Rather, you will make every effort to save their self-respect, yet relating your truth in a clear but loving way. Remember, when stating your truth to another, it is not within your province to tell them how they should act in any given circumstance or how they should react to your words. However, standing by universal values of perfect honesty, conscientious work, goodwill towards all, caring for the underprivileged, a person is entitled to demand that these values should take precedence over every other consideration of expediency within a group or community enterprise or national endeavor. You also have a perfect right to say how you are made to feel by a person's belittling behavior towards you, should you be aware of a need to do so. It is probable that your caring honesty may be necessary to solve or clarify a certain situation for the good of all. State your case with kindness. Gently tell them how you feel in the present unpleasant circumstances and explain what has made you feel that way. Do not say, you did such and such a thing, because they will feel you are blaming them, and immediately you will arouse the ego defense mechanism in the other person. Thereafter, the confrontation will become difficult and unpleasant for both of you. To get through to ego-driven people, you must continually speak in such a way as they will never feel threatened. This is the art of loving communication, and you can only learn it by trial and error and dedicated practice. Each time you conquer ego in yourself, it becomes that much easier to relate to others because you are reaching an understanding of the function of ego in all people. As time passes and you are gradually released from the grip of your ego drive, you will find that more and more you can listen to others with soul empathy and love, soul, S-O-U-L. If they behave in a way which would have hurt or offended you previously, you will feel the welling up of laughter instead. You will then know that your soul is in direct touch with divine consciousness, for its natural state is that of laughter. God's state, I am, Allah, Jehovah, universe, however you want to refer to it, is in a constant state of laughter and of love. Laughter is a conscientious impulse which ripples across your skies from one planet to another, through your Milky Way and out into the furthest reaches of infinity. As infinite as divine consciousness, it came into existence at the moment of the Big Bang. What is laughter? It is a spontaneous consciousness response to a situation where two events or two incidents or two people do not, in the natural order of things, belong together. They are strangely at odds or in opposition of each other, to each other. It is a ripple effect experienced in all living things of higher species capable of certain judgments or perceptions. It eliminates stress. The ripple effect is felt over the diaphragm, which guards the heart and nervous system. As you have seen on examining the nature of creation, everything possible has been done in the evolution of design and growth of living bodies to make a perfectly adapted body to suit the environment, to enable the occupier of the body to be comfortable and happy and live without stress. Stress is inimical to health. It is contrary to the will of divine consciousness. A spontaneous and hearty burst of laughter is first experienced as a rush of rippling consciousness through the head, bringing a lightening of the entire consciousness. This is immediately followed by the physical ripple effect of laughter, experienced as a light beating of breath on the diaphragm to break up any tension and to smooth away any residue of bitterness. Sometimes laughter in an extremely amusing situation is prolonged to such an extent that the person eventually feels exhausted, but also happy and rather sad that the laughter is finished. Most people will testify that laughter promotes a feeling of well-being, even if there was discord just a minute earlier. If a person can genuinely laugh, seeing the absurdity of a situation where there has previously been annoyance or hurt, the tension is released and friendly relationships are restored spontaneously. Laughter is a gift of love for a creation possessed by and needing relief from their egos. As the ego drive gradually relinquishes its hold over your mind and emotions, you will find that laughter bubbles up spontaneously and brings a wonderful feeling of release. The ripple effect of laughter raises your consciousness frequencies of vibration, not only because it is energy released where you most need it, over your heart, over your diaphragm, the seat of your emotions, but because laughter is directly of divine consciousness. Therefore, laughter is divine. Laughter and your inner child. As you read these letters and meditate and your levels of frequencies of consciousness vibrations are raised, you will discover that old mental patterns are no longer comfortable in your mind. You will seek ways and means of ejecting them from your consciousness. As you move upwards spiritually and are ever more desirous of unloading unwanted human ego drives, the conflict in your sensibilities will become increasingly burdensome, and you now long and pray for relief. You will find that when you turn to divine consciousness and passionately ask for divine assistance, the help will surely come. You will successfully get rid of unwanted thoughts and reactions, and you will then discover that laughter becomes more and more spontaneous. You will also discover tensions are smoothed away and that you are becoming much lighter in thought, easier in relationships, more caring, much more appreciative, more aware of life itself and all that it has to offer in sight and experience. You will enjoy simple pleasures more. You will be less jaded in appetites. You will need less food, less entertainment, will be more content with your own company, and will eventually begin to rejoice in your own company because divine consciousness will be infusing your human consciousness with its own exalted state of well-being. Little by little, you will be returning to your child condition, which views the world with happy, inquiring gaze. This is not senility. It is a state of greater awareness and vibrance, no matter what your age may be. This is the state of being I meant when I said that unless you become as a little child, you shall in no ways enter the kingdom of heaven. I actually said that when you enter the kingdom of heaven, you become a little child, a child in joy and wonder. I have given the world these letters that those who read and absorb them may eventually enter the kingdom of heaven and reach that state of joy which comes of purity of mind and innocence. Spiritual exercises. If people tell you to enter into spiritual exercises and imagine certain conditions, be sure that if you follow these instructions, you will only keep yourself rooted in the material dimension of ego. Imagination has nothing to do with spirit. Imagination is the exercise of your own human consciousness, which you should be trying to transcend by entering into higher levels of spiritual consciousness. These levels are not those of imagination, but those of reality, regular spiritual levels of frequencies of spiritual consciousness vibrations. The spiritual frequencies are those of divine spiritual consciousness, not of earthly mental imagination. Therefore, beware whom you would accept as your teacher. Only absolute stillness and silence of your consciousness will open the door to the entry of divine consciousness into your mind. And that is what everyone should be seeking. If you are thirsty and you need a drink, why imagine you are beside a lake? Go to the lake itself and take a drink of pure, refreshing water. Again, I say, imagination is not spiritual. It is the exercise of your will within your present level of consciousness. Let me take a look here because we're going to start, I'm not done with the page, but we're going to start on a new topic, and I am at page 4. Okay, I'm going to save this for our next video because we're going to start talking about racism, and I don't want to start reading a few sentences and then pick up on a whole new topic. So we'll stop right here, and in the next video, we will go to that next topic that Jesus is going to talk to us about. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I love you all very much, and until I see you again, take care of those around you and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye until next time.